Welcome, Minneapolis junior, senior high school fans, back to live action tonight versus Bennington. You hear me?
On the hardwood.
Okay.
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay.
Tri-County Classic turned to the annual kind of preseason tournament. Starts up tonight. This 4 teams, Minneapolis, Bennington, Elsaline, and Halstead. Used to include some, but they dropped out and has been replaced by Elsaline High School as of last year. Mike Perry and Dale Leach here to bring you the call of this game tonight on live video streaming for CityLinkTV.com, tape delay to Eagle Communications Channel 20 in Minneapolis and Bennington. The Lady Lions and Bennington Bulldogs have both played one game so far last Friday night. Bennington is 1-0 on the season. They beat Center, which is south of a school south of Harrington, pretty handily, 31 points by a score of 67-36. They had 13 girls score, Mike, in that game. Minneapolis is 0-1, lost to Russell in an NCAA contest out at Russell by 44-31, a game we were in control of well into the second quarter before we started losing steam. We were shooting well from the outside, and all of a sudden Russell started heating things up, and their 6-foot sophomore post did well, and then she kind of fizzled in the third quarter, but they had another sophomore pickup that scored 20-some points, most of them in the fourth quarter. And we just no longer were hitting shots, basically. We just kind of ran out of steam. So Bennington is 1-0, Minneapolis 0-1. This is the 20th game in the series, dating back to 1976. Minneapolis leads at 17 wins to 2 losses. We split the last 2 games. Minneapolis won last year by a score of 39-32, and Bennington won in Minneapolis 2 years ago on a 3-pointer by Claudia Trout as time expired. As I mentioned, Bennington in their game last Friday had 13 players that scored. There were 2 players did the most of the scoring damage. Olivia Lawson had 15, and Kyla Kind had 11 for the Lady Dogs. And I believe Kirsty Nelson was the leading scorer for the Lady Lions the other night. Here comes our scorekeeper, Mr. Scott Osherman. So we're looking forward to some good games tonight in this Tri-County Classic. Intra-squad scrimmage, not a scrimmage, intra-squad game, intra-county games, I should say, between the two county high schools here in Ottawa County. And we're glad to have Mike Perry join us tonight. He'll have the call.
Good in-county game. Bennington, Minneapolis, always a pretty tough game. Both girls and boys, usually evenly matched. Bennington tends to bring the defense, boys and girls, and Minneapolis tends to always bring the offense. That might change a bit tonight with the girls' game. Minneapolis close loss to Russell out at Russell last Friday. 3-point game is very close, especially if you have the ball possession at the end. So I look for the girls they're going to have to play pretty tough defense. This could be one of Bennington's better girls team. They're, of course, led by Chloe Stanley, Stanley, a senior, but they've got the Lawson girl at 6 foot. Has great hands down low, and if she gets it down low, she's got a nice shot. As you can see, the release right there, she's got a nice shot.
Lawson was their leading scorer. Kind was their second leading scorer Friday.
And at 6 foot and under the bucket, she takes up a lot of room to boot. So she'll be tough to handle down low. Miss Forte will have her hands full. Two redheads going at it. Lawson, a sophomore, 6 foot tall, and someone has worked with her. Her hands are pretty good size. The way she shoots the ball, you can tell someone's worked with her shot. We're just almost ready for the introductions. We've got a 3-person official team. We've got 1 lady official in this basketball refereeing team tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bennington High School. We especially want to welcome our friends from Minneapolis as the Lady Lions take on their Bennington Bulldogs. In accordance with the state
So Minneapolis in their road blues. Bennington, of course, playing at home in their home whites.
In event of an emergency, required information will be conveyed to you by the public address announcement. Bennington Junior and Senior High and Heart of America League are taking extra steps this season to emphasize sportsmanship, both on the playing court as well as in the spectator seats. The entire state of Kansas is currently facing a crisis regarding a shortage of officials willing to work junior and senior high school contests.
There you are, Mike.
Yeah, if I had a good knee, I'd still be doing this.
Show appreciation and respect to these officials who take time away from their families to invest in our student athletes. Without them, our contest this evening could not take place. So please join with me in a round of applause for our officials this evening. We are thankful. Tonight we have game sponsors. Our
Vic
game
Bully
sponsors for tonight are
still might do football games.
I'm sure he probably does.
So let's go through the starting lineups for tonight's game. Starting with the Minneapolis Lady Lions.
For Minneapolis, number 4, senior Kirsty Nelson. She's 5'6". She'll probably handle the ball quite a bit.
Recent volleyball signee at Hutchinson Junior College.
Yes. And for the Lady Dogs, that'd be Chloe Stanley right there. And for Minneapolis, number 10, Zoe Shoup. She's a senior as well. And for Bennington, number 12, that's Ashton Travis. She's a senior as well. For Minneapolis, number 11, that's Cameron Cleveland. For the Lady Dogs, number 14, Kayla Kind. And for Minneapolis, Peyton Smith. She's 5'5" and a junior. And for the Lady Dogs, number 15, and that's Jordan Murphy. And in the paint, Courtney Forte. And for the Lady Dogs, 6 foot tall, Olivia Lawson. 6 foot and a sophomore, Dale.
Seems like I remember her playing some last fall, yes.
I think you're right.
Early winter, I should say.
And I would stop the extra ball dribbling in the gym immediately. That's not something that's supposed to be happening.
Wherever that is occurring.
There we go. He'll put it down. Yep. They went over to get it from him right there. Nope, can't spin it, can't do anything with it. Go put it in the rack. Okay, jumping center for Minneapolis will be Courtney Forte, and I'm sure Olivia Lawson will jump center for Bennington. If she doesn't, then they've got a pretty good jumper that's not very tall.
That's Chloe Stanley.
Exactly what's going on. Chloe Stanley's going to jump center. And we're just about underway. And she wins the jump. Minneapolis man-to-man here on defense. Stanley guarded by Smith. Now the outside shot is no good. Tipped by Lawson. It will be Minneapolis ball. She almost called it the other way, but this referee had it going our way. Minneapolis looking at full court pressure put on by Bennington. We clear the timeline. Zoe Shoup running the point. Hands it off to Cameron Cleveland. Nelson, dribble drive into the paint. Has her pass tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will.
Apparently last touch by the Lady Lions.
Yeah, I was going to say it was touched last by Bennington, but they gave it to the Lady Dogs for some reason. Skip pass. Shot from the outside is up and good. It's a three-pointer. Ashton Travis with the long shot. Now we get doubled up, or tied up. No. Hold it. They got the jump. Well, that's two mistakes right there. Yeah. That should have gone our way. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Who we got running this thing out there? The referees should have had that. Peyton Smith has the ball for Minneapolis. Gets it off to Nelson. Nelson back to Forte. Now the pass over the top is stuffed. The layup up and no good. That almost a traveling call. Nelson picks up the loose ball and dribbles out of the double team. And gets her pocket picked from behind by Chloe Stanley. Stops. Pops. The shot from Kind is off front rim. No good. Cleveland has it. Gets it off to Smith. Has an open look. Over the rim. No good. And Nelson fighting for that rebound. Gets it back to Smith again. Into the lane she goes. Shot. No good. Rimming off. And Chloe Stanley has the rebound for the Lady Dogs. Kind on the left wing. Gets it off to the point. That's Ashton Travis, who has hit the three to put the Lady Dogs in the lead by 3. 3-0 here in the early going. Stanley can shoot it as well. Kind. Skip pass. 3-point shot over the rim, no good. That time, no good, and Minneapolis has the rebound. Shoup. Back out front to Smith. Nelson open from the wing. 3-point shot, no good, and the rebound's pulled down out of there by Jordan Murphy. Travis. Now Stanley on the right wing. Over the back is Lawson. That's going to be her first personal foul. Good position there by Courtney Forte.
3-0 Lady Dogs with 5:16 to go in the first. Can't hear me?
Shoup to play it in for Minneapolis.
That's because my mic got turned down. How'd that
happen? Sounding good now, and the pass down low. JC Downing into the contest. She played some JV with a lot of energy. Into the game for Minneapolis, number 23. Maddie Lang. Now the double team on Nelson. Gets it off to Shoup.
Travel.
Lang with the travel.
For fourth turnover.
She's pretty tall. 5'8" and a junior. Typo in the contest for Bennington, along with number 4. That's Trista Watson, played JV. Three-point shot on its way, no good, in and out, and the rebound is pulled out of there by Cameron Cleveland. Picks up her dribble, now shoot, is pushed by Watson as she goes to the basket.
Number 4, Trista Watson.
Watson's first personal foul.
Entering the game for Minneapolis, number 14, Benton Smith.
4:21 to go, still 3-0, Lady Dogs.
Smith back in the contest for Minneapolis. Nelson throws it in, and Smith is there on the right wing. Forte is going to have to work a little bit to get open. Hand on top of the ball, no carry. There we go. Shot is partially blocked by Robinson down low. Forte's shot didn't make it to the rim. There's a layup on the backside by Alyssa Wilson. Good ball reversal, and Minneapolis breaks the full court pressure. Shoot shot, rimming off, no good, and the rebound's pulled out of there by Pipo. Watson on the left wing for the Lady Dogs. J.C. Downing on the right wing. Didn't play much on JV, but is on the floor right now for the Lady Dogs. Entry pass is kicked off by Nelson. Nice defensive play. Shoot on the baseline, and she's fouled. Watson with another foul. That's her second personal foul.
Foul goes against the Bulldogs, number 4, Trista Watson, her second, team third. On the line, number 10, Zoe Shue.
Chance here for Minneapolis to get on the board. In and out, no good.
Entering the game for Bennington, Corey Stanley, Ashton Travis, Kyla Kine, Jordan Murphy, and Olivia Lawson.
Well, they go 8 deep, don't they?
Yep.
So far, they pulled out 4 and put 4 in.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, they had 13 score.
13 score
against
in
Center
the last game, so yeah. Shot from the outside, no good. Tipped around and pulled out of there by Travis. Now the scoop shot by Nelson or Stanley, no good.
40's over the back. On the back.
And Lawson picks up her second personal foul. That will hurt. Second personal foul in the first quarter, so
she's staying in the game for now anyway.
Maddie Lang will throw it in for Minneapolis. Nelson draws the double team into the middle to Forte. Clears the timeline, gets it off to Cleveland. Shot no good, and the rebound by Stanley. So far, a little cold shooting. There's Lawson, misses the chip shot in close, but Stanley comes out of there with the rebound. And as Scott mentioned, they play 8 or 10 girls pretty easily.
Offensive foul or turnover, I didn't see which. If it's an offensive foul, still turnover.
Lang to play it in, excuse me. Now Nelson's going to play it in for Minneapolis. Shoot back in the contest. Shoup looking to get double teamed, has the ball picked out of there. Now the shot no good. Hard off the glass, and Shoup comes out of there with it.
Another turnover.
And the shot, good. By Kayla Kine.
We need somebody to come help.
The ball is tipped out of bounds by Bennington, and it'll stay with Minneapolis. 30-second timeout called for by Coach Weatherman. 7-0. Lady Dogs, 1:25 left in this first quarter, and we'll let you know some of our sponsors that help us stream these telecasts.
Whoop, not that.
Farm Bureau Financial Services with Matt Pickrell. Harris Crop Insurance with Greg Harris. Klein Oil Company of Delphus, Jim Klein. Sunflower Realty, Monty Nelson.
Nelson to play it in. Inbound pass is kicked by Murphy.
Another turnover. And we're foul. The Dogs' press is doing its damage.
Stanley with the ball clears the timeline for the Lady Dogs. As Dale mentioned, their pressure defense is a little bit too much for us right now. Shot no good, tipped around, picked up. Now the drive up and in by Kayla Kine. She's quick to the basket. Tipped by Bennington on that inbounds pass by Cleveland. And we'll play it in. Close to the baseline anyway, and it comes to Nelson. We throw it away again. Boy, turnovers are mounting up. Outside shot, no good. Three-point shot, no good. And the reach-in foul by Murphy.
Against the Bulldogs, number 15.
That's just her first personal foul.
15th foul, though. That helps.
Goodness. Now we get it down the court on a long pass from Cleveland to Smith. Now Nelson picks up her dribble.
What a bounce pass.
And the shot just ripping off. Cold shooting. Stanley with the ball out on top for the Lady Dogs. 15 to shoot. Coach is yelling in, we want one shot. Stanley on the move. Dishes it out. The outside three-point shot. Rims off, and Forte grabs the rebound from Minneapolis to give Bennington just one look at the basket there at the end of the first quarter. 9-0. Lady Dogs are in the lead. Minneapolis had a couple looks. Ball rimmed off 2 or 3 times, and we had a couple free throws that didn't go in. So pretty cold shooting, Dale.
Definitely so. Let's hear some more about who our community sponsors are to help bring these live video broadcasts.
Farm Bureau Financial Services with Matt Pickrell. Harris Crop Insurance with Greg Harris. B&M Body Shop, John Wright. Delphus Cooperative Association, Steve Fishline Manager. No place like home gift shop with Shirley Austin. Minneapolis Muffler and Pipe with John Blake. Scheidler, Terry Fernton. The Heat is Mexican restaurant. Francisco Gallardo. Profab Metal Fabrication with Bill Little. Design with Sherry Burkman. LaGrange Supply, Scott Mortimer.
Here we go. Start the second quarter. FIFO into the contest for Bennington, running the point. Wilson looks at a three and pulls it back out of there. Now back out on top is Downing. Shot rimming off, no good, and Cleveland claims the rebound from Minneapolis. Nelson into Forte. Back to shoot. Shot. No good. Lawson has the board for Bennington. Watson. Now the layup is missed as Wilson gets all the way to the basket and misses the layup. Cleveland shot rimming off. Smith back out to Cleveland, wide open. Good.
She puts it up and is fouled.
There she shot. She was wide open over there for quite some time. Now, two-shot foul coming for Cameron Cleveland.
See if we can break the ice here. Get a point on the board. Or two.
Wilson with her first personal foul. First free throw up and no good by Cameron. Second throw on its way. The same. Forte tracks down the long carom. Nelson dribble drive into the paint and ball pulled out of there by Downing. Minneapolis maintains possession. Now Cleveland shot no good. FIFO has it. Long pass down is intercepted by Cleveland. And Watson and Cleveland hit the floor. Nice defensive play by Cameron Cleveland. Kirstie Nelson, dribble drive to back out Cleveland. Shot on its way, no good. And Lawson has the board for Bennington. Now Lawson down in the low paint. The left hand, nice spin move by Lawson. Olivia with a nice spin move. Ball tipped away by Wilson, is picked up by Watson. Now Downing back out front to FIFO. Shot from the outside way over the glass, no good, and Nelson has the rebound on the backside. Cleveland is hacked.
That's going to put us in the 1-on-1.
That's Watson's third personal foul. Yeah, there they finally changed it. Scott was giving me the three fingers. I knew he was right for the third personal foul. Kept waiting for it to change up there. Cleveland, free throw, no good. We can't buy a bucket, even at the Shoop has it. Cleveland gets a ball screen, back to Peyton Smith. In the lane she goes, dumps it down low, and we're not able to get a shot off. Put a Cabana down there. She's about 6 foot tall as well. Now the pass is intercepted by Travis. Left-hand layup, no good. Cleveland has the rebound from Minneapolis. You look up, we'd have a... Well, she looked up, but the pass wasn't where it needed to be. We had a run out, but 2 on none, Our pass goes out of bounds. 13-0. Lady Dogs. In the lane she goes. Stanley, one-hand runner, no good. And they do finally call a jump ball. It's going to go to Minneapolis on the player possession. Minneapolis will play it in. Alternate possession on the jump balls. Cleveland dribbles across the timeline, stops and throws it away to Kind. Usually you're supposed to have more points and turnovers, aren't you, Dale?
Yes.
Kind stops on the jump on the baseline and shoots it in. Another basket for the Lady Dogs. Watson got Cameron Cleveland on the arm.
This will be a 1-and-1 at the other end.
Cameron Cleveland.
So far, the free throws have not been good news.
No.
We'll see if we can get that changed as we get ready to hear more about who our community sponsors are.
Fine Oil Company of Delphus, Jude Klein. School of Green Cabinet, Rich Waltman, manager. Autofit, Dave Sweat, Gary Peters. The Crooked Nail Studio with Alexis Kahn. B&M Body Shop, John Wright. No Place Like Home Gift Shop with Fairly Austin. Sunflower Realty, Mommy Nelson. The Needed Mexican Restaurant, Francisco Gallardo. Profab Metal Fabrication with Bill Miller. Minneapolis Knuckle and Pipe with John Blake. The Crooked Nail Studio with Alexis Kahn. Seidler with Kurt.
They indicated a 1-and-1, but somehow the ball's coming to Bennington.
Oh, what in the world?
I don't understand this at all.
I don't either. Cameron Cleveland was fouled.
And we throw it away.
Layup is no good. Yeah. So the foul was on. Guy said he did have the foul on Cameron Cleveland. So
okay.
That's why
all right.
Bennington had the ball.
Okay, makes sense.
Jordan Murphy was fouled going to the basket. It'll be a two-shot foul for Murphy. First throw is up and no good. .308 left in this first half. Second throw is good.
Another throwaway.
Watson shot no good. And the rebound's pulled out of there by Shoot. Boy, they look to double team and trap anytime they can. Smith drives the baseline and the reach-in foul on Jordan Murphy.
Foul goes against Bennington, number 15, Jordan Murphy, her second.
Header on the arm.
On the line to 14,
Peyton Smith will go to the charity stripe. It's a 1-and-1 here. See if we can break the ice, Dale. No.
We get the rebound, though. Tie up.
And the ball is going to go to the Bennington Lady Dogs on the alternate possession. They had a jump ball on the shot. She went up and down with it. Good call by the referee. Kayla Kind loses it out of bounds.
2:36 remaining here in the second quarter.
5 fresh players come on the floor for Bennington.
16-0 Lady Dogs.
That's Downing. Hands it off to Pipo. Watson. Open look from the outside. Back rim, no good.
Zoe Shoup with the rebound and is fouled.
Downing with the push. No, excuse me. Pipo is whistled with the foul. It should have been Downing, but I don't have a striped shirt on or a whistle, Dale. 16-0 Lady Dogs. Shoot back to the charity stripe.
This will be at least the third player, if not the fourth time, that Minneapolis has been to the stripe.
We're still on the 1-and-1, and she can't hit the front end. It should stay with Minneapolis as it's tipped out of bounds. What? That's it.
Last touch by the Lady Lions, they say.
Well, the other referee had it going the other way. I don't know why we... Downing almost slips and falls. Fifo shot from the outside, front rim, no good. Downing has the rebound for the Dogs. Out front it goes. Now an open look from the outside, that's no good. And the rebound's pulled out of there by Cameron Cleveland. Christy Nelson in the lane she goes, back outside to Smith. She gets all the way to the basket and is fouled. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
9th team foul for the Lady Dogs.
Number 24, Alyssa Wilson. Her second, team 10. On the line, number 14, Dayton Smith.
10th team foul on Lady Dogs. Smith, free throw, up, no good. Second personal foul on Wilson. Smith, free throw, good. 16-1. We're on the board.
At the 1:31 mark in the second quarter.
And the push on Smith.
Just the 4th team foul for Minneapolis.
Her second.
As Dale would call it, the forearm shiver applied by Peyton Smith. That's her second personal foul. She will find some pine here as we're just a minute 28 left here in the first half. Stanley with the ball out on top. Out to Pifo. Toe on the line, 2-pointer, and it landed on the out of bounds line. It will be Minneapolis ball to play in. In to shoot.
That's incredible.
Yeah, kind of a...
How we came out of there with that, I don't know.
Tip, dribble, run, tip, and go.
Nelson shot it.
Lawson with a good solid block, and Wilson, no, that is Wilson, and Scott has given me the 3 fingers again. That's her third personal foul. Lang to the charity stripe. It'll be a 2-shot foul. It's good. 16-2. Cutting into that Dog 16-point lead. Got her whittled down to 14. Lang looks at the second throw. It's up, front rim, no good. And Lawson has the board for Lady Dogs. Downing. Pifo from the outside, no good. Cleveland has the rebound. You got to throw the ball. and they pick our pocket. Had two teammates down the floor. Stanley all the way in. Lawson has the rebound. Now Forte pulls down the board for Minneapolis. Jump stop by Stanley. I thought was going to go in. And the ball tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Minneapolis. Nelson to play it in for Minneapolis.
19.6 seconds left in the half. 16-2 Bennington.
Lang finally moves forward.
There's foul number 4, not called.
That was foul number 4 right there, as Lawson had Forte on the arm. And that's it for the first half. Minneapolis trailing 16-2. I wonder if these are going to be the rest for the boys' game. We're in trouble.
They probably will be, Mike.
16-2. Minneapolis trailing here at halftime. Lady Dogs with a fairly deep girls basketball team. Played 9 or 10 girls. I counted 9. I still only have 9. Scott says 10.
And he's keeping the book, so.
And he's got the book.
We'll have to go with him.
I'm going to have to go with him.
Do you have stats ready to go, Scott?
Let me give up this headset, and Scott will bring you some of the stats here of the first half. And we'll be back with Scott Ushman here in just a second.
While we're getting Scott together, well, no, you go ahead, Scott.
Well, interesting first half of basketball. The Bennington, as Mike said, they did go 10 deep. They platooned the first 5 in, and they just kind of kept running that same platoon. Very deep, very talented squad. They pressure and run and push, and that's been the difference right now. We've not really had we've had a few decent shots, but most have been contested, but had a hard time from the free throw line as well. Run through some stats for the Bennington Bulldogs. They were 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and scoring-wise, Alyssa Wilson had 2, 3 by Ashton Travis, 2 by Olivia Lawson, 6 by Kyla Kine, and 2 by Chloe Stanley. They do have a couple girls in foul trouble. Trista Watson has 3, as well as Alyssa Wilson has 3, and then both Jordan Murphy and Olivia Lawson have 2. If that's a positive that's going to come out of that, they are deep, but they do have some foul issues going in to the second half. For the Minneapolis Lions, we did not make a field goal in the first half. We had 14 turnovers is what I had. I could be off a little bit. We were 2 for 11 from the free throw line. We went to the stripes quite a bit of time. If we would even hit 70% of that, it'd be a lot closer ball game at this point. Bennington had 7 turnovers to our 14. We just could not break through their press.
Well, I gave us a little worse on the turnover department, Scott. I had us down for 17. Well, compared to their 4. But it's, rebound-wise, we outboarded them 24-17. Elsewise, if they'd have had many shot returns underneath their basket, this could have been a lot worse. But 2 out of 11 free throws is that's not good, especially when most of them were 1-on-1s.
9-0 in the first half. Second half is 16-2. They definitely had the advantage going in the second half. I'll tell you, their conditioning, I was very impressed at how well they ran the ball and how well they pushed Minneapolis pressure-wise. So,
yes, there's no doubt about it. The full-court press did its damage with that 17 turnovers on our part, that's for sure. And they threw us off our balance, kept us wondering where we were.
Yeah, most definitely. So,
well, we'll take a break and hear some words from our sponsors and be back for the second half.
Plating in Minneapolis. Kevin Klein and the rest of the crew at C&R Plating, proud to support the youth of Minneapolis and all they do.
See American Family Insurance agent Scott Osherman for all your insurance coverage under one roof. The Scott Osherman Agency, with locations in Minneapolis and Belleville, proudly supporting the Minneapolis High School Lions. Locations in Minneapolis and Bennington, Central Valley Ag provides 24-hour pump services and built-in discounts by using your CVA fuel card. They also support ag operations by providing boat delivery of lubricants, fuel, and propane. Contact Carl Serene at 785-392-3031 for your ag energy needs. Go MHS Lions. Pat and Lynette Donovan at Ag by Air have been supporting ag operations in the Minneapolis and Delphos area for over 20 years with prompt, up-to-date, and competitive aerial application service. Ag by Air is located at 974 Highway K-106, south of Minneapolis, or can be reached at 785-392-3300 for questions on scouting your fields, chemical recommendations, or to book your work. Ag by Air, a proud sponsor of the Minneapolis High School Lions.
For over 100 years, Robertson Monuments has created everlasting memories for families to share the lives of their loved ones with future generations. Supporting the Lions all the way, Robertson Monuments.
When it's go time, you'll let the Pioneer team is with you from the word go, every step of the way. With high-performing Pioneer brand products and local insights, they'll help you choose a lineup of products tailored to your fields and proven just down the road. See Sheldon Doherty at River Hill C about those Pioneer brand products. And go Lions! The Citizen State Bank and Trust, with locations in Minneapolis and Delphos, proudly support the Minneapolis High School Lions. Contact either Owen Kimball or Jared Schmidt for all your banking needs. Be it home, personal, business, or trust services. We feature online banking, checking and savings accounts, loans, IRAs, and certificates of deposit to help fulfill your hometown banking need. The Messenger Clothing Company, with locations in Minneapolis and Salina, can design custom clothing for your team, business, group, or event, with screen printing and embroidery. We feature online design and ordering for your convenience. Contact us at 785-823-7752 or by email at sales@messengerclothingcompany.com for all your custom clothing printing needs today. Go Minneapolis Lions! The Bennington State Bank wants to be your hometown bank. With locations in Minneapolis, Bennington, and Salina, they strive to provide hometown relationship banking. We provide both consumer and commercial banking service, along with trust and wealth management. Contact us today for all your financial service needs. Go Lions! We're with you all the way. At Hometown Hardware, we proudly support our Minneapolis Lions. Think of us for all your home, farm, or business project needs. As your True Value hardware dealer and Just Ask rental dealer, we locally provide the brands and selections that you need for your project. And don't forget the ice cream. Hometown Outdoor Power, with locations in Minneapolis, Salina, and McPherson, has been serving Central Kansas for over 20 years and is the largest power equipment dealer in the area. We strive to be the one-stop shop for all your power equipment needs. We provide full sales, service, and parts supply for your home, ag, or commercial contractor power equipment needs. Ask about our winter service program, and go Lions! The Lions of Minneapolis High School are proudly supported by the Davidson Agency, with offices in Delphos, Minneapolis, and Bennington. As a nationwide insurance agent and also an independent agent, they have provided hometown service for the insurance needs of their customers for over 30 years for home, small business, farm and crop, life and health coverage. Call them today at 785-523-4202.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lion backers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
These live video broadcasts are sponsored in part by Chuck's Collision. When the potentially inevitable occurs and your vehicle needs repair for body or glass, remember Chuck's Collision. They'll bring you satisfaction in your automotive restoration needs. Contact Chuck at 785-392-2774. Chuck's Collision is located at 1556 K106 Highway.
Well, welcome back for third quarter action. We'll see if we have a rally in us, Mike. Down 16-2 with our 2 total points scored off free throws in the first half. The fortunate thing for the Lions is that the Dogs have 2 of their main starters in foul trouble. See if we can capitalize on that and take that further here in the third quarter.
Well, they're going to have to deal with that full court pressure, and Bennington able to turn us over quite a bit there in the first half, as Dale and Scott mentioned the number of turnovers. They overplay and play good defense. Out front, Nelson, three-pointer on its way, no good. And Kind has the rebound for the Lady Dogs. Just underway here in the second half. Stanley all the way in, layup no good. And Forte has the rebound. Smith, entry pass to Forte. Back to Nelson. Man-to-man defense, good help defense.
Foul on the Dogs?
No. They call Cleveland with a block. I can't agree with it, but that's what it's called. I can see why they're soliciting referees. Supposed to laugh, Dale.
Chuckle, chuckle.
Passes through the hands of Travis and out of bounds. It will be Minneapolis ball to play in. Cleveland to play it in. 1-2-1-1. Full court pressure by Bennington. Shoot trapped. Gets it off Forte. Now Nelson. Ball is saved by Kind. Right back to Shoop.
Another offensive foul.
Goes against Minneapolis, number 11, Cameron Cleveland.
There's same call, but I can't agree with that one either. I think Coach Weatherman liked the call as well. Minneapolis has gone zone. Stanley all the way in, gets her own rebound from her missed shot. And alternate possession. It will stay with Bennington on the jump. Tie up down low. Kind to play it in. Into Stanley, out front Travis. Back to Kind. Jump shot. In and out, no good. Forte with a rebound. Smith, triple drive into the paint. Block. Turnover. Ball is tipped as it goes into Lawson, and Travis comes out there with it and travels. They turn it over.
We throw it away and then foul. Our fourth turnover of the third quarter.
That's Shoop's first personal foul. They'll play it in under their own basket. Shot on its way from Travis, no good. Lawson.
Traveled.
Picked up that pivot foot, and they turn it over. All tipped out there from Smith, but she recovers. Now Shoop has it. Back out front to Peyton Smith. Shoop with an open look. Shot no good. We have yet to put in a field goal. Stanley off to Kine. Left wing. Dribble drive into the paint. Hands it off to Murphy. Now the shot from the outside by Watson. No good. Forte had a hand on it. And that's, of course, Chloe Stanley diving right in there for the tie-up.
Bennington, Peyton Heifel, J.C. Downing, and Reagan Robinson.
Hey. Pulls down that rebound from Minneapolis. 3:55 left. Third quarter.
Turnover on the Lions.
See, they're
Entering the game for Minneapolis, number 23, Maddie Lang. The Bulldogs, Tyler Kine and Ashton Travis.
it's not getting changed. Now he needs to change it back the other way. It's pointing the wrong way. Now they play it in.
He did.
Thank you. There we go. Now we're on it. Kine has it.
.330 left in this third quarter, and no one has scored.
Cleveland has it. She's going to get her pocket pick. Let me turn it back over. FIFO has it now. Gets it off to Kine. Downing. Shot no good. Cleveland has the rebound. Cleveland looks inside, no one there. Now long shot by Shoop, no good. Nelson has the rebound, turns into the defender, and they tie her up. Reagan Robinson is the other player from Bennington I have had marked. That makes 10. We'll play it in under her own basket. Nelson to play it in for Minneapolis. Kirsty's looking out front. It goes to Smith. Back to Nelson. Dribble drive into the paint. Back to Smith. Shot up. No good. And the rebound's pulled out there by Finley. We have yet to hit a bucket. Shot no good from the outside. And they're over the back. No call. Minneapolis with possession, 2:08 left, third quarter. Cleveland, a runner, no good. Stanley has a rebound once again for the lady. 1-on-3, she's going on in there, and she is tripped as she gets to the basket. And she'll go to the free throw line for a two-shot foul here, as she is fouled by
Minneapolis, number 14, Peyton Smith.
For
third. Entering the game for
no free throws, Mike.
Zoe Shoop.
Just a reach in foul, no free throws, as Dale mentioned. Bifo looks at a three out front to Stanley. Jump stop, shot up, no good. Lawson almost had the rebound, but Forte pulls down the big rebound, and the reach-in foul on Kayla Kine.
Foul goes against Bennington, number 14, Kyla Kine, her first. Entering the game for Minneapolis.
First team foul on the Bulldogs this half. That's a little bit different than the first half.
Yes. Forte gets it off to Shoop. We have numbers. Shoop down the baseline she goes as her shot blocked by Lawson.
And they turn it over. How about that?
And Bifo turns it right back over. Shoop has it. Left-hand shot, no good. And Jordan Murphy comes out of there with a rebound for the Lady Dogs. Entry pass to Stanley. Down low, Lawson's shot, no good. And Forte has the rebound. We turn into the defense. They pass up. Possession arrow favors the Bennington Bulldogs.
Entering the game for Minneapolis.
And they'll
Peyton Smith.
keep possession. Shot from the outside, no good. Stanley has the rebound. Her shot, no good. She's fouled. Two-shot foul coming for Chloe Stanley.
49.8 seconds left in the quarter. Time, a chance for either squad to get a point here on the board in the fourth quarter.
Foul on Maddie Lang. Stanley with two shots here. First throw up, no good. Front rim. Yeah. Well, let's see if Stanley takes the eyes here in the third quarter. Second throw. Good. 17-2. First point scored in the third quarter. Jump shot. No, she went straight up with that block. Shot from the outside. Kelly catches one. And the shot up, and we got a basket. Field goal finally. Smith puts one in off the glass. Stanley, good.
After 3 quarters of play, it's the Lady Dogs 22. Minneapolis 4. The rally didn't start
until 20 seconds left in the third quarter. 22-4, and we'll hear a few words from our sponsors.
These live video broadcasts are sponsored in part by Chuck's Collision. When the potentially inevitable occurs and your vehicle needs repair for body or glass, remember Chuck's Collision. They'll bring you satisfaction in your automotive restoration needs. Contact Chuck at 785-392-2774. Chuck's Collision is located at 1556 K106 Highway. These live video broadcasts are sponsored in part by Chuck's Collision. When the potentially inevitable occurs and your vehicle needs repair for body or glass, remember Chuck's Collision. They'll bring you satisfaction in your automotive restoration needs. Contact Chuck at 785-392-2774. Chuck's Collision is located at 1556 K106 Highway.
Here we go. Fourth quarter action. Minneapolis to play it in. Into Cleveland it goes. Back to Nelson. Guarded by FIFO. Fouls whistled on.
Against Bennington, number 11, Peyton FIFO.
FIFO, that's her first.
Her second.
Excuse me, now they changed the clock. That's her second. Nelson gets it in to Forte. Now back to shoot. All tipped out of there nicely by Robinson on a good defensive play by Bennington. Kind out front. Downing on the left wing. Kind, good. Three-pointer. Shoot, all the way down she goes. Shot no good. Gets her on rebound. And it goes a foul on Downing as she swiped at the ball there. No, excuse me. It's on Robinson.
Reagan Robinson, her first.
Shoot with a two-shot foul here. Free throw up and no good.
On the line for Minneapolis, number 10, Zoe Shoot.
Second throw on its way, no good. We made 2 free throws tonight. Layup up and good. They're going to count that as Kine gets all the way to the basket. She is fouled. She'll get the and one.
Basket counts.
Fouls on Kirstie Nelson.
Kirstie Nelson.
It's her second. And Kine makes the and one for a 3-point play. They're keeping that full court pressure on. Ahead by 24. Shoot with the ball out front to Nelson. With Bennington playing pretty good defense. Haven't got too many good looks. Shoot with the left-hand runner, no good. And the rebound's pulled out of there by Murphy. FIFO off to Downing. Ball reversal back to FIFO. Shot on its way, no good. And rebound by Forte from Minneapolis. We tried to throw over the top, and Kine gets a hand on it. Downing picks up her dribble. Out front it goes. Shot no good. Tipped out of there, and Peyton Smith picks it up for Minneapolis. 5:51 left in this contest. 28-4. Bennington. Cleveland picks up her dribble. Drags the pivot foot and is called for traveling.
Number 23, Maddie Lang.
Dakota Cabana in the contest for Minneapolis.
Number 13, Dakota Cabana.
Along with Maddie Lang. Three-pointer on its way up and good. That's Krista Watson. Smith, baseline drive up and good. Double dribbled at the end, but that's okay. Peyton Smith with a nice dribble drive on the baseline. 31-6. Full timeout taken by Minneapolis. We'll take one too and let you hear from the list of our sponsors.
These live video broadcasts will be marked by Chuck's collision. When the potentially inevitable occurs and your vehicle needs repair for body or glass, remember Chuck's collision will bring you satisfaction in your automotive restoration needs. Contact Chuck at 785-392-2774. Chuck's Collision is located at 1556 K106 Highway.
Grief.
Pat and Lynette Donovan at Ag by Air have been supporting ag operations in the Minneapolis and Delphos area for over 20 years with prompt, up-to-date, and competitive aerial application service. Ag by Air is located at 974 Highway K106, south of Minneapolis, or can be reached at 785-392-3300 for questions on scouting your fields, chemical recommendations, or book your work. Ag by Air, a proud sponsor of the Minneapolis High School Lions.
Full court pressure by Minneapolis, and Bennington turns it over as they try to get it into Lawson down the low block. Minneapolis, good defense there to tip that ball out of there. Nelson on the left wing looks inside, back out front to Smith. Man-to-man defense by Lady Dogs. They've been in it the entire game. There's a jump shot up and good by Cleveland. 31-8 now. Watson. Stanley. Now Travis on the left wing. That's a walk.
Walk in the park.
Are you kidding me?
We got a rebound and then turned it over.
That was a step, a jump step, and then another one. That's 4 steps. Okay. Nice steal by Peyton Smith. Gets it off to Cleveland. All the way in she goes. That's going to roll in. 2 buckets here by Minneapolis. Lawson down low. That's up and in.
Timeout, Bennington.
And Bennington calls a timeout. 3:43 left in the contest. Full timeout taken by Coach Trout. We'll take one as well.
The Bennington State Bank wants to be your hometown bank. With locations in Minneapolis, Bennington, and Salina, we strive to provide hometown relationship banking. We provide both consumer and commercial banking service along with trust and wealth management. Contact us today for all your financial service needs. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
See American Insurance at Scott Osherman for all your insurance coverage under one roof. The Scott Osherman Agency with locations in Minneapolis and Belleville, proudly supporting the Minneapolis High School Lions.
Okay, Minneapolis plays it in. Nelson has it as we cross the timeline. Forte, jump shot. Lawson with the slap. 9 times out of 10, a referee will call a foul on that hack when your hand comes down on top of their head. They're letting them play today. Watson to the free throw line for Bennington. It's going to be a 1-and-1. First throw up and no good. Forte has the rebound from Minneapolis. Gets it off the shoot. Now Nelson. Off to Cleveland.
And a steal.
And a nice steal by Kirsty Nelson. And they tie her up. Possession arrow favors Bennington. And they'll play it in. Bennington clears the timeline as Minneapolis putting on some full court pressure.
And a travel.
And they turn it over, 33-12.
2:50 to go in the contest.
The rally's on. Bennington still picking up full court. Smith, triple drive into the paint, tries to get it back to Cleveland, does. Back out to Smith. And the reach-in foul on Jordan Murphy.
Foul goes against the Bulldogs, number 15, Jordan Murphy.
Fourth team foul on the Dogs. The Lions with 7.
Backdoor, Smith is hacked.
She go to the line for 2.
By Downing. And as Dale mentioned, it's going to be a 2-shot foul for Peyton Smith. 2:19 left in the contest. Smith toes the line. Free throw up and good.
On the line with 14, Peyton Smith.
Second throw on its way. Good as well.
Entering the game for Minneapolis, number 23, Maddie Lang.
Lang back in for Minneapolis. Full court pressure by Minneapolis. Downing gets the ball screen.
2 minutes.
Three-pointer on its way. Downing from the corner, no good. Shoop has the rebound. One-hand runner, no good. Forte had her hand on it. Pifo comes out of there with it. Downing on the right wing, looks inside. Downing again from the outside, shot no good, and Forte. Courtney with a rebound there. For Minneapolis, hands it off to Shoup. Nelson all the way in, up and good. Nice stop and pop by Nelson. And another timeout called for by Bennington.
Well, a 5-0 run, Mike.
Rallies on. 33-16, Bennington. They call the timeout to get some substitutes in with 38 seconds left.
Dakota Cabana is going to come in for the Lady Lions. Courtney Forte, after a good night's work under the boards, will sit in.
Out front it goes, Estebolz.
Nice block by Cleveland.
Is blocked. Nice defense. Lang all the way in. Good.
2 seconds.
Did not count.
And they knock it down. Miss Pipo.
But the buzzer went off before it got out of her hand. But they're going to count it. We'll have to look at that on video, Dale. Anyway, 36-18. Lady Dogs double it up on Minneapolis here tonight in the Tri-County Classic. Bennington Lady Dogs victorious over Minneapolis 36-18. We'll be back with some of Scott's stats here in just a minute.
With locations in Minneapolis and Bennington, Central Valley Ag provides 24-hour pump services and built-in discounts by using your CVA fuel card. We also support ag operations by providing bulk delivery of lubricants, fuel, and propane. Contact Carl Serene at 785-392-3031 for your ag energy needs. Go MHS Lions!
For over 100 years, Robertson Monuments has created everlasting memories for families to share the lives of their loved ones with future generations. Supporting the Lions all the way, Robertson Monuments.
When it's go time, your local Pioneer team is with you from the word go every step of the way. With high-performing Pioneer brand products and local insights, we'll help you choose a lineup of products tailored to your fields and proven just down the road. See Sheldon Doherty at River Hill C about those Pioneer brand products. And go Lions!
Tonight's game brought to you by C&R Plating in Minneapolis. Kevin Klein and the rest of the crew at C&R Plating, proud to support the youth of Minneapolis and all they do.
The Messenger Clothing Company, with locations in Minneapolis and Salina, can design custom clothing for your team, business, group, or event with screen printing and embroidery. We feature online design and ordering for your convenience. Contact us at 785-823-7752 or by email at sales@messengerclothingcompany.com for all your custom clothing printing needs today. Go Minneapolis Lions!
Welcome back here as we're going to finish up this game and head on to the boys. Scott Oshman with his stats.
Run through the stats real quick. A better second half for the Minneapolis Lady Lions, and actually we outscored them in the fourth quarter by a score of 16-14. Actually, would have been 16-11 had they not hit a 3 at the end of the buzzer. But second half was a lot more even. We scored 18 points; they scored 20. So a better second half of basketball, but the first half we just did not have anything to combat to their pressure. Run through the scores real quick for the Bennington Lady Bulldogs. Krista Watson with 3, Chloe Stanley with 5, Olivia Lawson with 4, Ashton Travis with 3, Jordan Murphy with 1, Peyton Pifo with 3, Alyssa Wilson with 2, and the big score was Kyla Kind, number 14. She is a junior, and wow, she's a pretty good ball player. Nice job by her. I will tell you one thing, Bennington defense I was very impressed with. Number 15, let's see, Jordan Murphy, just her defensive intensity the entire ball game on shoot was just very impressive.
How many points did Kind have?
Kind had 15.
15? Okay.
For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, run through. Let's go back to Bennington for a second. They were 2 for 4 from the second half from the free throw line. The end of the ball game, 3 for 6. They had 9 turnovers in the second half. Minneapolis Lady Lions, Kirsty Nelson, 20 points the other night against Russell, 2 points tonight. That's a huge difference right there. She just did not have really any looks at all, though. They just really had a nice job on the defense side. Her 2 points came late in the ball game. 3 points by Maddie Lang off the bench. Maddie, I felt like did a nice job. And then Cameron Cleveland with 6, and leading the way, Peyton Smith with 7 points.
8 assists.
7 points for Peyton Smith. Leading the way.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
She led scoring for Minneapolis Lady Lions.
Okay.
We had 9 turnovers is what I had, Dale. I know what you had. We were 2 for 4 from the free throw line in the second half, 4 for 15 for the ball game. So not very good from the free throw line for the Lady Lions.
So, overall, I had 15 turnovers on us in the second half, 32 for the game compared to 12 for the Lady Dogs overall. Our strength was our rebounding, especially defensive. We out-rebounded them 43 to 32. I'm going to go with a player of the game. I can't specify a play of the game out of this one. I'm sorry, folks. But our player of the game, sponsored by River Hills Seeds, will be our leading scorer, Peyton Smith. Actually, I'm going to do a co-player of the game. Peyton Smith with 7. I don't know how many rebounds Miss Forte had, Courtney Forte, but she had a ton of them down there. We had 19 defensive rebounds in the second half alone, and she had a good majority of those. So I'm going to go co-players of the game, Peyton Smith and Courtney Forte, sponsored by River Hills Seeds. Well, we'll get ready for the boys' action here. It's now 7:20. They've got 13 minutes on the clock, so we'll be at the back in about 13 minutes with the tip-off of the boys' contest. Thanks, as always, for listening here on CityLakeTV.com, Minneapolis, and replay to Eagle Channel 20. Good night, folks.